Picture a sleepy little town called Wiley, Texas, nothing but flat blacktop cricket symphonies and the low electric buzz of a 24-hour Shell station. Then right before the clock hits 10 p.m. the entire night detonates. Collin County police scanners screaming like banshees, Collins brothers' Jeep active intrusion, multiple motion triggers, alarms going berserk. Locals bolt upright in bed because that name isn't just a business, that name is a religion in the car world. That name is Dennis freaking Collins, the man who turned rust into royalty, who built a chrome cathedral full of the rarest Jeeps, muscle cars and holy grail Hemis on planet Earth, and now red and blue lights are tearing down the highway toward his fortress like the apocalypse just got scheduled. Neighbors spill out onto their lawns barefoot, phones up filming, floodlights snap on so bright it looks like daylight inside the compound, shadows sprinting across windows. Then kaboom, a deep bone-rattling concussion wave that shakes pictures off living room walls 3 blocks away. Somebody screams, "That was an explosion." Somebody else swears they saw greenish smoke curling off the roof before the first deputy even killed the siren. Cops roll in, hard rifles up, expecting armed thieves or a full blown meth cook. Instead they step into a fever dream. The air hits like chemical warfare, thick metallic caustic burning the back of your throat. The showroom is untouched, perfect rows of mirror-finished Jeeps gleaming under emergency strobes, but the smell is wrong. It's not oil, it's not rubber, it's something sharp and futuristic, stinging nostrils, making eyes water. Firefighters screaming for hazmat before they even cross the threshold, because in the back restoration bay 555-gallon drums are hissing like angry cobras. One already ruptured, leaking pearlescent silver liquid that's eating the concrete floor, and the half-burned label, still readable, says, "Experimental race blend, do not store indoors, property of defunct Chrysler R&D 1984." By 11 p.m. the whole place is locked down tighter than Fort Knox. Unmarked black Suburban sliding in, no plates, no logos, men in windbreakers with federal credentials whispering into sleeve mics, because what started as a possible smash and grab just morphed into something that has Homeland Security and U.S. Customs losing their minds. And the deeper they go, the darker it gets. Behind the public shop floor they find a 10-foot steel vault door welded shut from the inside, fresh welds hidden under layers of paint like it was sealed yesterday. Torches come out, 20 minutes of white-hot sparks until the door crashes inward and a blast of freezer-cold dead air slams them in the face like opening King Tut's tomb. Inside is a secret chamber that should not exist. Shelves floor to ceiling, hand-labeled wooden crates, 50s Detroit black projects, 60s Shelby ghosts, 70s band Euro imports. Drums of that same shimmering fuel, one tipped over like it was kicked. Security cameras in every corner hardwired to a server that was recording right up until 10 minutes before the alarms tripped. Somebody knew they were coming and tried to wipe the drives. Then the real gut punches start. A 1967 Shelby GT 500 listed as factory destroyed in 1972 sitting pretty under dust. A Jeep CJ-10 military prototype the Pentagon swore was crushed in 1987. A matte black Porsche 959 shell with the VIN completely ground off. Every serial number they punch comes back. Vehicle does not exist, destroyed, never imported. This isn't a restoration shop anymore, this is the automotive Bermuda Triangle. But the knockout blow is still waiting. They find a hydraulic lift in the far corner, roll it aside, and there's a 4x4 steel hatch welded into the concrete, fresh welds, grease smeared to hide them. Pry bars, torches, drills, 20 more minutes of hell until the hatch rips free and a ladder drops straight down into pure darkness. Cool dry air rushes up, smelling of old paper and secrets. Agents descend one by one, flashlights cutting through the black, and what they find underneath that lift rewrites everything. Humidity-controlled bunker walls lined with stainless tubes, rolled blueprints, 35mm film canisters, and in the center a fireproof safe packed with bundles of 1980s $100 bills fused together by heat like they survived a fire. Next to it, envelopes stamped top secret Chrysler Engineering Division 1983 hand-drawn supercharger blueprints that never saw daylight. Contracts signed by legends for off-the-books race programs funded with cash. No IRS, no corporate oversight, pure underground Detroit madness. By sunrise, drone shots are viral, yellow tape flapping. Collins brothers' Jeep looking like the final scene of Narcos. Forums on absolute fire. Dennis was running a black market prototype vault, government ghost cars, tax evasion supercars. Then the king himself steps out, denim shirt sleeves, rolled boots, still smoking from the night before, stares down 50 cameras and says slow and steady, "There ain't no crime here, just a man trying to keep history from dying. Some things were never meant to be." Crushed. 2 days later the final twist drops. Detectives realize the crown jewel is gone. A 1970 Hemi Cuda convertible factory plum crazy purple 4-speed, one of maybe 6 ever built, north of $3 million, not in the impound, not on any manifest, vanished. Security footage 9:31 p.m. 15 minutes before all hell broke loose. A rollback tow truck ghosting out the back gate hauling something long, low and covered in a black tarp. License plate spray painted over. Somebody inside got the tip and extracted the holy grail before the feds could lay a finger on it. Dennis, when asked, just looks at the horizon and mutters, "I don't talk about client cars," but you can hear the betrayal in his voice. Weeks later the leaked federal report finally lands and the entire car planet loses its damn mind. The illegal fuel? Abandoned 1980s ethanol-based NASCAR prototype, cleaner than anything running today. The burned cash? Off-the-books payments to engineers trying to save the muscle car era when Detroit wanted it dead. The blueprints? Proof Chrysler, Dodge and Shelby were building monsters they buried the second the oil crisis hit. The missing CUDA? The last surviving test mule from that ghost program, quietly removed by the original shadow investor before the badges showed up. No charges, no arrests. The site reclassified from active crime scene to uncontrolled historical archive. Dennis Collins didn't steal these cars, he became the last living guardian of a chapter of American speed the factories tried to erase. Final shot weeks later, sunlight pouring through the open roll-up doors. Dennis standing alone in the bay brushing soot off a 50-year-old Mopar steering wheel, looks dead into the lens and says soft as Sunday morning, "They rolled in here hunting criminals. All they found was the past trying to breathe one more time." Behind him a big block fires to life, thunder rolling through the concrete like the ghosts just got their heartbeat back. The doors roll open, the tape comes down. Collins brothers' Jeep lives to fight another day because some legends don't get busted, they just get misunderstood forever. Drop a high voltage if you now believe Dennis Collins is the last true outlaw curator of American iron, and the real crime would have been letting those machines rot in some corporate crusher. History just found its safest hiding place, and his name is Dennis Collins.